What's up, guys? Welcome back to Latin Chopsticks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, today I am extremely excited and a bit embarrassed. So yes, I'm a foodie. I know a lot of places here in Orlando to visit for almost all types of food. But can you believe that I did not know that here in Orlando, we actually have an all-you-can-eat lobster and crab buffet? That's insane to me. Like, when I found out about it earlier this week, I was super stoked about going. So I was like trying to find a way of finding a day that we can go with me and my wife, and we're actually gonna end up meeting up with a friend there. But we are super excited. I looked up this place. It's been around for a very long time. I did not even know. Normally they only had 2 locations, one near Disney, one near Universal. I think they have one closer down to Kissimmee Davenport Celebration area, so a little bit further away, but it's very close to Disney as well. They have those locations just because of the amount of people that do visit those places. Now, this buffet is a little bit pricey compared to any other video that we've done in this past year, of any other buffet that we've done. But of course, it is all you can eat. And the lobsters aren't just like, you know, little lobster tails that you can grab. I'm talking about like you're able to grab the entire lobster and put it on your plate. So at least that's what I read, at least that's what it looks like. I'm super excited. As you guys know, as always, since I was doing this video today, I am starving, I am ready, and you guys have no idea how long I've been craving crab and lobster. Ever since we went to that place, you know, the seafood boils that we've been going to, that kind of scratches the itch, but it didn't satisfy us. So now that we're going to an all-you-can-eat buffet, I am super excited to go and see the experience, see how good the quality of the food is. Apparently this place, like I said, has been really famous here in Orlando. I didn't even know it existed, so I'm ready to go. Guys, no more talking. Let's go eat. Can't wait to get there. Let's go. All right, guys, awesome. We made it. We are here. I kind of regret that I don't have the wireless mouse because it's very loud in here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. You guys can hear my voice. I am talking pretty normal. With that said, we made it. The place is fairly nice. I'll show you guys around in a second. It's the one location we ended up going to ended up being the one in International Drive for any of you that live here or any of you that are looking at the addresses for the 3 locations. In my opinion, based on the pictures that I saw, this is like the nicest looking one outside. And it also seems to be the busiest one. So I figured, remember what I told you guys in buffets and something I've noticed, it could be my opinion, but it is an observation and a fact of what I've seen from my experience. The more popular a buffet is, the fresher the food because they have to constantly replace it. So this is, I'm pretty sure, their busiest location because of where it is. And yeah, so we are here now. I let my wife and them go ahead and get themselves as much food as they want. And then we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do a quick B-roll of all the different stuff that they have, or as best as I can because it's packed. And yeah, then we're gonna go ahead and dig in because I'm starving, and we're gonna see how this is. We're gonna see how the food is, we're gonna see the quality of the food, and we get to try it out. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Awesome, we got the food. This looks amazing. I ended up grabbing a whole bunch of different things, but the first thing I want to try out, because I've heard so much good things about it here, is the Lobster Bisque. You guys have to check this out. As you guys can see, I mean, this looks really good. You can kind of see the thickness of this Lobster Bisque. You can see the bits of lobster, the bits of crab that are, I'm sorry, the bits of lobster that are inside in the seasonings. We're gonna go ahead and try this out. I got really lucky because this ended up being brand new and fresh, and it just had come out when I went to sit down, when I went to go to the buffet area. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and try it out. See here. Oh wow, that tastes amazing. It's really creamy. It's slightly bit salty. It has a lot of chunks of lobster in it. Wow. I want you guys to remember, this is a buffet. So of course the food quality is not going to be quite the same as when you go out to a dedicated restaurant. With that said though, This tastes absolutely amazing. Alright guys, this is the main plate that I got. I want you guys to check out all the stuff that I got in it. As you guys can see, I went ahead and I got a crab from the crab boil that we're going to try out in a little bit. We got some corn. This is some fried, I believe, oyster strips. This is some calamari. It is a little soggy, but that's expected because it's laying out there. This right here is some of the ribs. This looks amazing. We get a little bit piece of prime rib, and we're gonna get a bigger piece in a little bit. That is smoked salmon, and this here is a crawfish, and that's an egg from the fish boil, from the crab boil. So we're gonna go ahead and try that out. And to be healthy, of course, we got a little bit of Caesar salad on the side. But let's go ahead and try these foods and see if they're as good as they look. All right, guys. So the first thing we're gonna try is this, because I love fried calamari. We're gonna go ahead and try it out. It is a little soggy to the feel. It does have a slight bit of a crunch, but we're gonna go ahead and try this out. All right, guys. Hear her? Oh my goodness. The flavors are really, really, really good because the seasoning is really, really strong on it. It's almost on the verge of being salty, but you get that delicious bouncy and chewy like inside. You get the outside that's still a little bit warm. You have a little bit of crunch. You have a little bit of softness. It all goes together really well. You can taste the salt, and you can also taste the pepper, which I really, really, really like. I'm sure there's other seasonings in there, but the same exact thing applies to this. This is actually the oyster, like slices. I guess it's like oysters diced up and then battered and deep fried. And this tastes absolutely amazing as well. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, now we're gonna go ahead and try the corn. We're gonna see if the corn's anywhere near as good as the rest of the corns that I've had in all the other places. So let's take a look at it here. This corn is good. It honestly feels like it was boiled too long. And because of that, it's a little mushy and it's not sweet enough. With that said, my wife ended up getting some different corns. We're gonna go ahead and when we get back up, I'll make sure I get one of those. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take one from her. And we're gonna go ahead and try this out. So, let's see if this is as good as the other ones. Okay. In all honesty, same thing. It's a little overcooked, so it's a little bit mushy. It doesn't have quite that pop of freshness that you normally get the way that I like them. But the sweetness is there, and it's really, really good. So the flavor, the texture's a little bit different because it's not the way I like them, but it's not bad in any way. All right, guys, let's go ahead and try a little bit of the salad. See if the salad's as good as it looks. Just wanted to grab a little bit. I actually love salad, but I want to make sure I leave room for everything else. It's your typical salad, but those croutons are really mushy because it's all mixed up with the sauce, as you guys saw in the video. Next thing we're gonna try is this. So I was wrong. This isn't their prime rib. This is like a roast that they had there. Unfortunately, it's been sitting on the plate for a while, so it looks a little bit dry, and I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit dry. But let's go ahead and try out, see the flavor. Of course, when I pulled it out of there, it was completely covered in the juices of where it's at because it's in its own juices. So let's go ahead and try this out. Bottoms up. Oh my God. It's almost like beef jerky, but really tender. It is dry, obviously, hence the beef jerky term. But the flavors are really, really good. You taste that sauce, you taste a little bit of vinegar paste, you taste the cilantro as well and some pepper, and it just kind of has that kick. It doesn't have a char flavor, even though it looks like it was grilled at some point, but because it's been sitting in the sauce, it's not quite the same. So next thing we're gonna try now is gonna be the blackened salmon, because that looked really good. I just grabbed the tail because I like the fish really dry, but the rest of the fish was completely juicy. I just made sure I got the tail because I wanted to try it out, because it was almost like the crunchiest and driest part, and it looked really, really good. All right, guys, so if you guys take a look at this, I mean, you can see the seasonings, you can see the pepper, you can see the pink of the salmon, you can see these little tiny crunchy areas. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can go ahead and tear it apart just a little. Look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. Let's go ahead and try it out and see if it's anywhere near as good as it looks. Okay, so we're gonna try it out now. Oh, the outside is a little dry, but the inside is super juicy and tender. I mean, it's salmon. And it literally coats your mouth and melts in your mouth. Oh, that's really good, guys. You pair that with a little bit of like the Caesar salad just to get a little bit of freshness from the pop from the lettuce. It's perfect. Alright, the next thing we're gonna try is their ribs. Their barbecue ribs look so good. It's nice and blackened, but you can tell that it has like that smoke. I mean, you could already see the pink. Look, I just broke it apart. You can see the inside is nice and juicy just based on what I'm getting. Let's see if I can go ahead and just break it off. My goodness. Alright, we're gonna have to use our hands, but look at that. That looks amazing. You can kind of see the pink from the smokiness. Let's go ahead and try it out. Oh, this is a mess, guys. I'm sorry. It's the Texas barbecue ribs that we had when we went there. Outside layer of seasoning really strong. Honestly, really salty, which is normal. But the meat itself, the outside layer, it's a little hard and tough to chew. But it kind of like a bark that it built around the ribs. The inside is nice and juicy, tender. Almost turns into butter in your mouth. But the flavor on the inside, you taste that smoke so well, it's delicious. Alright guys, the crawfish, we're gonna go ahead and try it out. Now the crawfish did cool down a little bit, so I'm a little concerned, but let's go ahead and try it out. Oh my goodness, it's good, 100% it needs butter. Obviously it was sitting on the plate for a really long time, so I'm guessing that's the reason why. Alright guys, so unfortunately the GoPro turned off, I didn't have a chance to film the crab. Went ahead and opened it, we had a little bit of pieces in it, it's pretty good. Because it was part of the boil, which is the same thing as this, it was a little bland for me, but that's because it wasn't put in butter, it wasn't dipped in the butter. But with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get the crab legs in a little bit, guys. Now we're gonna go to the star of the whole restaurant. Go ahead and check this out. Alright guys, so this is the lobster that we got. We were only able to get one lobster at a time, just to make sure that there's no waste. But we're about to break this big guy and see how it is. Oh, I can't wait. Alright guys, I was able to get the entire tail out. I couldn't show you the video because it's just my hands are completely messy. But guys, I want to try this out. It just came apart pretty easily. We put some butter on it. I wish there was some lime. I think my wife actually has some melted butter that's cooling down. We're going to go ahead and dip it in there. Oh my goodness. We're going to go ahead and try it out. It's nice. It's a little bit chewy because it did cool down. One suggestion I'll give you guys, when you get the lobster, it's nice and warm because it's being steamed when you go get it. The moment you get it, come straight to the table, open it up and eat it. Don't wait. I got the lobster all at once. It was sitting on the plate for like literally like 20 minutes. Flavor, delicious. Especially with that melted butter. However, you really want to make sure that you eat it as soon as you grab it, because it's the world of difference. Alright guys, we were able to get part of the claw out. It did break apart. It did break apart, but we're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a little bit of that melted butter. Just dip it on the inside. I'm gonna go ahead and try this out. Alright guys, I tried the crab legs for my wife. It is literally the best thing out of everything I tried. The lobster was really good, but the crab legs have so much flavor. There's just too much to show. I'm gonna continue eating and enjoy it, and then we're gonna go get some dessert, and I'll show you guys in a bit. We're done, pretty much. My hands stink. With that said, we went ahead and went to get the desserts. It's very similar to most buffets, but the dessert is like a top-notch, like a higher-notch quality. So they have like really good looking and feeling brownies. They have little tiny cheesecake squares, and they also have like key lime pie. Well, you guys saw the video. Then I went ahead and I got this cookie that's like literally almost falling apart and how soft it is. I'm about to try them out, see how this is. I believe they said that there was ice cream, but I don't know. It wasn't there. Maybe I didn't find it. With that said, they're about to close soon, so I didn't want to ask the lady or like the young waitress, like, oh hey, can you bring us some ice cream because they're about to close. So let's go ahead and just try what's out there right now. Cookie's good, but it's just overly sweet. In my opinion, it just feels like it's not completely cooked through because it's so soft, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and try this cheesecake slice. Looks really, really good. Oh my goodness, the cheesecake is really, really, really good. And we're gonna gonna go ahead and try a little piece of the key lime pie. Oh man, that key lime pie is the best one out of all of them so far. Creamy, sour. The cookie bottom is really, really soft. I think it's a little too sweet. It could be because everything we ate was salty. Now this is the sweetness, so I don't want to judge it too much, but so far it's pretty good. Let's go ahead and try the brownie. Now the brownie looks the best because it actually looks like a brownie. There's most other buffets, when you go ahead and get yourself a brownie, it turns out that it's like chocolate cake and it's like super dry, but this one looks really nice, moist. Obviously the brownie's cold, it's not warm. It's nice, soft. It has like dark chocolate. It's not overly sweet and it balances it really well. It's almost velvety in your mouth. Guys, this place, amazing. Tip I will say from personal experience, I grabbed a lot of things that were not the lobster and the crab. I mean, we ended up eating crab. It's been like 40 minutes since the last time I was filming. Like, it was really, really, really good. I would make sure that if I were you, if you guys visit this place, because of how expensive it is, you really want to concentrate on eating those crab legs and lobsters and try not to fill yourself up with like, you know, we ended up getting French fries, which are really good. We ended up getting hush puppies, which are really good, and like a whole bunch of things. The actual waitress came over to us and actually gave us tips like, hey, make sure you eat the seafood. Like she's winking at me now, but she said like, make sure you eat the seafood so you can get what's worth out of your, you know, out of what you're paying. Because it's really easily, and this is in most buffets, it's really easy to get tricked and like by yourself. Like your own mind tricks you and then you just start eating like other things. You start eating like fillers like mac and cheese and stuff like that. With that said, guys, it's your decision. Just my advice. You guys definitely can come and visit this place. You know, it's really good. Just make sure you really love seafood. If not, you'd be better off going to like a crazy buffet or something like that. But if you're a lover of seafood, you like shrimp, you like Louisiana boil, you like crab, you like lobster, you like crawfish, definitely make this place on your bucket list when you come and visit Orlando. With that said, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. Like I said, we're still experimenting with this new camera, trying to see the dynamic of it, just because I want to get used to filming with this. And hopefully maybe it'll end up replacing my original camera, depending on what you guys' feedback is in the comments and the emails that you guys have sent me. Thank you as always. Can't say it enough. I'll see you guys next Sunday, and until next time, let's just keep on eating.